Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, based on your time location. It is a great honor to represent such a distinguished group of professional in digital delivery and building information modeling, such an amazing BIM community. My speech today to discuss integrating copy data and the classification system, such as Uniclass and Omniclass, into building information modeling process. This integration not just a step forward, more organized data management. It is a leap towards efficiency and operation in operation and maintenance, or we can say post construction. We will dive into how this achieved. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Hossam Abdulaziz. I'm working in Saudi Arabia for Sistra, which is an international firm company. I'm working in Sistra Arabia. This is based on Saudi Arabia, Riyadh. My main project, or the project I involved with, is relevant to NEOM, which is one of giga projects in Saudi Arabia. I'm working for the Oxagon, the industrial area for NEOM. I'm holding master's degree from Barcelona University from Zigurat Institute, relevant to the same field for BIM and GIS. As I'm just I'm following the same career as this is. As I can see, this is kind of this is the future for engineering. So I just graduated last year from this master degree to complete or achieve another goal in my career path. This is actually a quick brief about myself. I have, like, we can say, 18 plus experience here. Years of experience from graduation 2006 for engineering in multiple fields, from building and commercial and infrastructural projects. The most of last 10 years was for infrastructural project based. So I was just facing some challenges. I would like to share it with you, and how can I solve it in a practical way. This is just a quick brief about myself. Let's start deep into how we can achieve this kind of information. As a breakdown for my session, I just divided into three main sections. First of all, we will start discussion about the understanding of classification data like Uniclass and Omniclass. This is the most famous right now, the trend for facility management. Then how about the copy data, construction, operation, building information exchange, and how this context or incorporate with our BIM model. This will be the second section. We will start most of the Middle East here. We are using Revit and Civil 3D for modeling. So based on this start, we need to just feed our models by putting this important information and the classification system to make a breakdown for facility management and operation and maintenance by the end of the project, and hand over from consultant to we can say from consultant to construction, the contractor. Then the operating and maintenance facility or company will hold this task. So we will explain in second section how to build our BIM models, holding this information from the perspective of Autodesk for Revit and Civil 3D. The third section, we will discuss about the handover process for this information that we already feed our model with it. So let's start with the first section. This is a kind of understanding about CABI. CABI is a construction, operation, building information exchange as a highlighted one. But we need to discuss it more. What is this, and how we feed our model, or what is the reason for this CABI data? So to begin that, let's clarify what the meaning by CABI data. CABI data is format of publishing a subset of building model information focused on delivering assets data instead of geometric details. So simply we can say we have here a model This model we need just to extract it as an Excel sheet or the information inside it to Excel sheet with particular format. So it is vital to ensure data collected during the design and the construction phases directly applied to operation and maintenance. This is just a highlight what is the copy, why it is important for operation and maintenance and facility management by the end of the project. We'll continue regarding the classification system, Uniclass and Omniclass. Uniclass is primarily started in UK, and Omniclass, which started, or we can say the kickoff of it was in North United States. Both of them are mostly used for all projects all over the world right now, but this is the kickoff start. So mostly you can see it is more famous and more used on that particular place. Also for the implementation and upgrade, it comes from the origin. So Uniclass as origin UK. So the implementation for whole the sheets and the scenario for it comes from UK. And Omniclass, which started in North United States. So mostly we can see it in the west side, we can say. Both of them provides a concept structure for classifying construction information for space and elements to system and products. These classifications are imperative for effectively organizing information. Both can mapped against copy data. So we can say, to conclude all of this, both of Omniclass and Uniclass are a comprehensive classification system used in the construction industry. Each with it is strengths in some areas and focus in some areas. To choose the choice between the two often depends on specific requirements of the project itself and the geolocation for this project. We will touch base for each one of these. This is just here in the slide. Sorry. Here on the slide, just contain where each one is started and till this time. Most of the classification system are based from Omniclass, and as you can see here, Uniclass 2015. But all of this started by 1950 with in Sweden with a system called SFP. Let's dive into more of this. How to from section 2 we will start practical area, how the process of incorporating Uniclass and Omniclass and the copy data into BIM models. I already break down this section into 4 main sections, or we can say subsections from the main section: 2A, 2B, 2C, 2D. Sorry. From 2A, we will start explaining how to integrate Uniclass and Omniclass in Autodesk Revit. Integrating classification system and the standardized data into BIM model is a multi-steps process that requires carefully planning and execution. Autodesk Revit and Civil 3D are two the most widely used BIM tools, and they offer various methods and add-ins to facilitate this process. How we can do this? We will start with integrating Uniclass and Omniclass in Autodesk Revit. The process begins with setting up your project with the correct classification codes. So we can say it's started project setup. Open the project in Autodesk Revit before designing. Decide which classification system you will use during the project, Uniclass or Omniclass or both of them. Ensure all team members know the classification standard and how to implement them. Then we need to start creating the project classification tables as a template. We import all relevant classification tables into Revit project. This can be done using Revit add-in or plugin specifically designed for handling the classification system. Ensure the classification table are current with the current standard. Then we need to start. We can say like a third step, assigning the codes as you design to and create the element within Revit. Assign appropriate Uniclass and Omniclass codes to each element. This can be done manually in the properties panel, where you can add the classification information in identity data, or use shared parameters, created classification codes. There are also add-in available that can help automate this process by assigning the correct codes based on element properties. And this is called BIM interoperability tools. This is a free add-in from Autodesk. You can just download it as we can see in the slide here, and you can start assign. Just select the component inside Revit model and start assign. Then you can just update manually some of the properties till you get your element correctly. Then we can say the fourth one is maintaining consistency. Regularly, we need to check and ensure elements are classified correctly. Consistent use of classification are critical and successful BIM strategy. So periodic data audits are really recommended. We need to just open what we already highlighted inside our BIM model, or what we feed our BIM model, and check if this comes in correct values, or something came wrong, or something need to be recorrected manually. We can't be blind from this step. This is for Revit to apply Ioni class and Omni class. Then we will go for section 2B, incorporating classification system in Autodesk Civil 3D. This is a bit tricky, because till this moment Autodesk didn't fix this issue with Autodesk Civil 3D. So classification system with Civil 3D natively support Ioni class and Omni class, but it is manual process. Manually incorporate this classification system into Civil 3D by adding custom properties to Civil 3D objects, creating custom property set matching Ioni class and Omni class classification codes. Property sets can be added to projects such as alignment, corridors, surface, and can store the classification data. Also to highlight in this step, like I used to use this way, we're using Dynamo to create like a script for all of the parameters required for classification and for copy data. So we can just link between Excel and Civil 3D model. So you can just you will take a time to create this script, but after you will apply it directly inside the same project. Second step, custom tool palettes. As this step, develop custom tool palettes that include commonly used infrastructure project pre-assigned with appropriate Ioni class or Omni class codes. This allows designers to directly drag and drop classified objects into Civil 3D models. This method saves a lot of time and ensure consistency when applying classification to multiple projects. By third step, data management, since Civil 3D often used with Autodesk Revit for complete BIM projects involving Civil 3D and architectural components, is essential manage data between the two systems effectively. Use Autodesk BIM 360 or another common data environment CDE system, like also Autodesk Construction Cloud, to maintain a single source of truth for the Ioni class or Omni class classification data across different BIM models and software tools. So if we just highlight as an example, I'm working for infrastructural project. This infrastructural project contain linear assets and building assets. So we need to maintain the relationship between both of them, as the building assets will be built using Revit, and linear infrastructural assets mostly and commonly used Civil 3D. So we need to just incorporate both of them inside one CDE, one common data environment. So we can just use it and start highlighting by both ways to extract, to add and feed the model with information and extract as well this information. The third section will be incorporating copy data in Autodesk Revit. We have the add-in for copy extension. Copy extension, this add-in is BIM interoperability tool as well. We can use it for extracting copy information that we already feed our model with it. So copy extension, Autodesk provided a specific add-in for Revit to facilitate the extraction of copy data. Install the copy extension from Autodesk Revit, which allows you to export copy data spreadsheet directly from BIM model. Also, you can check this extraction and verify if information already extracted correctly or there is some missing link. So you can just implement and update your sheet. Setting up copy parameters ensures that Revit model has all required parameters for copy data. This includes component names and types, spaces, warranties, and the maintenance schedule. Use the project information and family types, dialogues in Revit to input and manage this information. For data population, populate the parameters through the design phase, ensuring all equipments and components are tagged with the correct copy attributes. Utilize schedule and Revit's built-in tools to manage the track this information across the project. For copy data export, once the design is complete, we can use that copy extension to export this data into copy compliant spreadsheet format. Then we can review exported Excel sheet to ensure all information has been extracted correctly. And if something missing, we can just highlight it and add it manually, or check what is the reason why this parameter exists inside Revit and already holding some values. We need to check why it not comes to this copy spreadsheet. Maybe naming is wrong. Maybe some relevant issue or bugs. We need to check it and verify it after we finish that. If we came to the last section for this point, as section 2D. 2D, this is to incorporating copy data in Civil 3D. Okay, we said that from the beginning, Civil 3D didn't have some tools or add-ins, official one, to extract this data from Civil 3D models. So we will use a bit of time to have like scripts from Dynamo or from other add-ins to have this process. So we can say for a copy for Civil 3D Autodesk, Civil 3D doesn't have detected copy extension like Revit. Therefore, incorporating copy data into Civil 3D model is more manual and requires carefully planning. Develop custom data fields for copy attributes within Civil 3D object data. This will involve creating a structured data formatted that can export it and convert it into copy format. For the exporting, we use Civil 3D data extraction features to pull out the necessary information for copy documentation. Civil 3D can export object data for formats like CSV, which can then be used to comply with the copy standard. This step might require additional data processing outside of Civil 3D using spreadsheet software appropriately organize the format and format this information. For sure, we will use the third-party tool. Consider using third-party tools or add-in developed for Civil 3D that can facilitate the copy data extraction process. This tool are often designed to bridge the gap between Civil 3D capabilities and the requirement of copy data schema. It is also possible to utilize custom script program such as Autodesk Net application. As we said in the beginning, for Dynamo, we need to create something like that as a third party, so it can just cross this step. We will use for sure some manual effect, but also we need a third party to extract. Also, one of my experience that I used add-in from BIM Vision. BIM Vision is a free software, but add-in for copy export it's paid one. So what I was doing, I just export the Civil 3D model to IFC. Then from BIM Vision, I export. I use this add-in to export the copy spreadsheet. But this may not effectively a proper way because they use a standard format from BIM Vision, so you cannot adjust it till you just adjust it manually. You will extract, but the adjustment to have your own standard sheet will be manually. This is for section 2, practical area. Also, you can see here this is provided from Autodesk how to use Civil 3D to extract from Navisworks. But we can say this is the last version for this add-in to extract from Navisworks was 2018, and we are now to 2024. So I think it will be a bit difficult to go back all of this area. On section 3, we will discuss about the handover process. I break down into two sections, section 3A and section 3B. For section 3A, we will discuss about handover process using UniClass and OmniClass and the copy sheet. The handover process is a critical phase in the project lifecycle, where the comprehensive data and information collected during the design and the construction phases are transitioned to facility management team for operational use. UniClass and OmniClass and copy data are vital in ensuring this transition is smooth and efficient. Here, how we contribute to the handover for the first section, utilizing UniClass and OmniClass during the handover. Okay, first of all, the documentation organization. The classification from UniClass and OmniClass create a structural framework that organizes all documentation generated during the project. This organization makes it easier to facility management team to locate specific documents related to various building elements. Understanding the building model, the standardized codes applied to components within the BIM model using UniClass and OmniClass help the operations team understand the relationship and hierarchy within the building. This understanding is critical for managing the facility effectively, ensuring that every building element catalog systematically. A consistent classification system established a common language between the construction team and facility management. This simplifies communication and reduce the likelihood of misunderstanding during the transition phase. This is about the utilizing class and UniClass and OmniClass during the handover. The second section, implementing copy sheets for the handover process. We can split it into like 5 steps, or start from copy data review before the handover. The project team should review the copy sheets to ensure all relevant elements has been captured accurately and it is up to date. Any missing or incomplete information should address it before the final export. Then in the export final copy data sheet, use copy extension or other BIM tools to export the final copy spreadsheet from complete BIM model. The data should include detailed assets, information and warranties, maintenance schedules, and other critical data required for the facility's operation. Then training and walkthrough, provided training session and walkthrough for the facility management team to familiarize them with the copy sheet and how access and use the information. This can include navigating the spreadsheet, understanding the data provided, and integrating it with their maintenance and the asset management system. Integration with facility management system assist operations team integrating the copy data into their existing facility management FM or computer-aided facility. Computer-aided facility management CAFM systems. The integration allowed to seamless transition from the construction phase to the operation phase and enable efficient asset tracking and maintenance planning. Support and updates. The project team should be available to provide post-handover support to address any questions and update clarifications to the copy data. As the facility is used and maintained, the copy sheet can be updated to reflect the changes and ensure they remain valuable resources for the facility management team. This is about the implementing about copy sheets and the handover. To conclude all of this, by leveraging UniClass and OmniClass for systematic organization and using copy for detailed asset data, we can ensure that construction and facility management team handover process is as efficient and thorough as possible. This approach not only streamlines the transition, we can say the transition the transition, but also helps to ensure that the facility can be operated and maintained. Actually, this was my session relevant to discuss this important point and the high trend. I would like to thank you all. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me for QA, for any question, any clarification about this topic. With you, Hossam Abdulaziz, Senior BIM Manager from Sistra, and you can see here my LinkedIn account. Thank you all. Enjoy your day.